So welcome everyone to this fine and blustery Monday morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Before we do anything at all, let's find our position. So just have a look at the way you're sitting. You can of course lie down or you can sit in a chair. Actually sitting would be better than lying down today. But you can sit in a chair. You don't have to sit cross-legged on the floor if that's uncomfortable for you. Oh, we've got more people coming. How lovely. Wonderful start to the week. And we're going to do a breath practice today. So I was just explaining to the Zoom group that I had had a very sleepless night through a faulty smoke alarm going off throughout the night. So it's perfect situation for our introduction to the chakra of the third eye, Ajna Chakra, which is really in truth everything to do with the limbic system within the brain. So if you were to take your hand and fold your fingers over your thumb, this is kind of very roughly the shape of your brain. And here over the top, you've got something called the cortex, the prefrontal cortex, which is the sort of philosophical, rational part of your brain. And here at the bottom, you've got the brain stem, which is the reptilian part of your brain that keeps you alive. It's got all your basic responses, the way that you are able to function with digestion and breath and all those things that we don't even have to think about that keep us alive. And also our primal responses come from here. And then in the middle, if you lift those fingers up, you've got this part here which goes all the way across, and that is the limbic system. And this is the home of emotion. Obviously this is massively simplified. I'm no neurosurgeon, but I can tell you the very basics. So this limbic system is like the magic center of the brain, because it contains within it the pineal gland, which is actually quite a mysterious gland. I don't think anyone fully understands what the pineal gland, but primarily it releases melatonin, which helps you sleep, or it sort of regulates your ability to sleep or be awake. It contains the hypothalamus, which is very influential in the amounts of cortisol going on in your body. So that is powerful for your stress response. It contains the hippocampus, which is this tiny little seahorse-shaped gland that is where we create our sense of identity, of how we are different to others and who we are in context to the world, the hippocampus. So this is the part of the brain that's going wild when we get addicted to Instagram, because it's feeding this constant, where are we in relation to others? What are other people doing? How do I fare against comparison? Who am I? What represents me? And anyone who's ever had anyone insult them and that sense of self has become threatened knows what a powerful aspect of the brain that is. Can really make you feel rage. And then you have the amygdala, which is in the middle of there. And the amygdala is the watchtower for safety. So the amygdala will interpret primarily through your senses how safe you are. And then according to the degree of safety, will send messages to different parts of the brain as to how you need to react. So the amygdala is super influential. It will either send messages down to the brainstem, which is your sympathetic nervous system response, your kind of fight, flight, freeze, or it will go up to the prefrontal cortex, where you are able to contextualize and see things for what they are. So the best example comes from Bessels van der Kolk, who's an amazing doctor. He says if you smell burning in your kitchen, the amygdala will send a message down to the reptilian part of your brain to say, run, the place is on fire, you're in a primal state of fear. But at the same time, slightly slower, the message will go up to the prefrontal cortex saying, it's okay, you've just put some toast on and it's burnt. So if you open a window, you're going to be okay. So when we're in a state of agitation, if we're finding it hard to sleep, if we're feeling anxious, then it's very much the amygdala and certainly the limbic system that is overactive and overstimulated. So we're going to do some breath practices. So Ajna Chakra. This all influences the way we see the world. The way we see the world is entirely influenced by how our emotions and our responses are reacting to the limbic input. Okay, that was a lot of information, wasn't it, for a Monday morning? The vagus nerve is another part of that, which is really interesting because that feeds into the limbic. It's the biggest nerve in the system. It's like a piece of rope, and it's super thick. And that feeds down to the gut, the heart, and the lungs. So on a physical level, the limbic system is influencing the way that you breathe, the way that you are able to process nutritionally, and the way that your heart rate variability is governed. And that is really the key to physical health. So emotionally, physically, mentally, Ajna Chakra is immense. It's positioned between the eyebrows. If you take it about 1.5 inches back into the middle of your brain. And it's the home of clairvoyance on the more esoteric side of things. Clairvoyance is clear seeing. So I think everybody's aware that we have varying degrees of ability to see, of intuition. And there are people who have a profound ability to see things that the average person maybe can't see. Whether that be auras or colours or vibrations or sounds or spirits even. There's just massive amounts of capacity to see things beyond the norm, the regular, because our brains are filtering out so much. So this is all coming through Ajna Chakra. Okay. So we're going to do a very, very classical, simple breath practice today in an attempt to harmonise and neutralise Ajna Chakra. So maybe start with your spine straight, your hands on your knees. We're going to bring a little bit of movement in as well. And in the main, we're going to be doing a balanced breath, so equal length inhale and exhale. We may finish with a variation on that, but to begin with anyway, we're trying to harmonise and balance out the breath. So drop the eyelids. And let your face soften into a gentle smile. Feel into the muscles of the jaw and your tongue and your mouth. You might want to press your tongue up into the roof of your mouth, up against the top row of teeth. And bring your awareness into the space of the third eye. And just shining the torch of awareness, the light of your awareness on that physical space between the eyebrows. For some of us, that will be a very definite kind of anchoring in. We know exactly where we can feel, sense that. And for others, it might be more imagined sense, just picturing it and imagining a connection to Ajna Chakra. Taking a nice deep breath in. And let's allow the breath and the neck to start to soften. So drop right ear down to right shoulder, gently rolling chin down towards chest. Left ear to left shoulder and then coming up and over. And then switching directions when you're ready. Making these circles gentle, trying not to drop the head back. Instead, when you come up to center, just getting as long through the neck as you can. And then when you're in neutral, bring the shoulders up towards the ears, roll them back and down. And then if you have space, maybe start to circle the heart. Allowing a little bit more space in each of the vertebrae. And keep smiling to yourself. This is a smile that exists because of how it feels. It's got nothing to do with people pleasing or smiling to communicate to others. Switch directions. Circling the other way. Gentle good morning to our bodies. Okay, and then coming to center, and you're going to bring your hands down into your lap. Keeping the spine nice and tall. As you inhale, you're just going to bring, it doesn't matter actually where your hands are. You can have your palms facing down, your palms facing up, and you can switch as you go. But very gently as you inhale, you're just going to bring your arms up in front of you, reaching them up overhead. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring your hands down. Couldn't be simpler. Maybe a count of 4 as we inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. Maybe we can even go up to a count of 6. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, so we're going to start to vary that a little bit. As you inhale, you're going to bring, actually let's take our arms down to our sides. So you've got your hands down either side of your hips. And this time, hopefully you've got space in the room you're practicing in. As you inhale, you're going to take your arms out wide to the side. You're going to keep your shoulders away from your ears because it can be really tempting for the shoulders to come up with the arms, and that's actually super unhelpful. So just be gentle with yourself and let the shoulders stay gentle. Inhaling all the way up. And then exhaling all the way down. So you're almost creating a sun shape with your arms. But we're going to vary the length. So let's make the inhale 4. So coming up for a count of 4, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as you exhale, let's make it 6. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling 4. And exhaling 6. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more round. Inhaling for 4. And exhaling 6. And bringing your arms down into your lap. I'm going to do a slightly different breath now. So this time you're going to inhale, bring your hands back in towards your body. Not sure how well positioned my camera is to show you this. But basically I'm bringing my elbows back behind me and my arms are parallel to my lower ribs. Does that make sense? You see okay? Okay, yeah, now I think you can see. Okay. And then that's going to be the inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to say the word ha. And you're going to push your hands out in front of you. As if you're pushing the earth away from you. Inhale, draw the elbows back in. Exhale. Well done. So keep going like that. Let's do that 5 more times. One more time. And bringing your hands into your lap, dropping your eyelids. Allowing the breath to balance out again. Noticing what you're able to feel and what you're able to sense within your body. So turning your awareness inside. Tuning in to where you can feel a change, where there can be a shift. Maybe calling to mind what words you would use to describe what you feel. So these breath practices, they are profound in the regulation of emotions. But what is more so than the breath practice is the social engagement with one another, something that we are crying out for right now, whether we're aware of that or not. So even just the act of joining this Zoom collective, seeing one another's faces, recognizing the backdrop, seeing the smile, noticing who has a dog, who has a cat, who is late, who is on time. These areas of social engagement feed into the limbic system and tell us that we're safe. And ultimately support the release of oxytocin, which is the bonding love hormone that we really want coursing through our veins. So bringing your hands together, dropping your forehead towards your fingertips, and just recognizing the immense gift of the breath practice and the social engagement. Where you can find that in your life, make sure that you are soft and gentle with your eyes, with one another. Smile, an easy smile. And pause, even if you're communicating through a computer screen. Pause for a moment to connect and allow the oxytocin to flow. Namaste.